Have you ever wondered how a real estate agent can act for both the buyer and the seller? What really heightened this thought in my mind was I was having a discussion recently about the auction process. And if you go to an auction, you'll see the auctioneer quite often working with the buyer and then going in and working with the seller. You wonder what those conversations are like sometimes. I was talking to Zoran Solano about this, and Zoran is a buyer's agent from Hot Property Specialist. He joins me. Hi, Zoran.
G'day, Kevin. How you going?
Good. It seems to me to be a bit of a conflict. Am I right there? Could it be?
I'd definitely say that. It's definitely a conflict. Mind you, they can interact with buyers. Selling agents can interact with buyers, but it's how they interact is what's the problem.
Yeah. What amazes me is that it is fairly transparent in that the agent is meant to be working for, and no doubt is working for, the seller to get the highest price. So you'd wonder then how much confidence a buyer would have in even negotiating with an agent when you know their agenda is to get their client the highest price. Is that where you guys are starting to come in?
Exactly, yeah. It's been, buyer beware and buyer at their own risk for so long. And, buyers agents are relatively new to the Queensland market, and people are only just learning how we can represent them. And auction is one of the main areas where people are vulnerable, and they really could go with the help of a buyer's agent. Definitely.
Are you getting more work in that area, Zoran?
Definitely. It's a big growing area of our services. One of the main ones that especially local people use. A lot of people use it for various reasons, not only because they don't know about the auction process, but also that they may not want to be seen auction. They may have some reasons for remaining private. So, privacy comes into it as well.
All right, mate, I'm going to put you on the spot now. Tell me, what are your tips? How do you negotiate for your clients? What are some of the tricks?
As far as being at auction?
Yep.
Yep. Well, there are many things that we like to do. First of all, and I think it's the big thing, is do your due diligence on the property before you go to auction. Don't turn up on the day without seeing the property or doing some searches or at least some due diligence, and expect to buy the property confidently, because I don't think it's possible. That would be the main thing. Get your solicitors doing your due diligence, do your building and pest, and all that sort of stuff to make sure you're fully informed before you start bidding.
When you're talking about doing your due diligence, I imagine that also includes the price that you think it's worth, and therefore you work out in your own mind how far you're willing to bid to. Do you have two prices in mind? One, if you got it at that, you'd be absolutely delighted, and the other one is the figure that you simply won't go over?
Yeah, we do. We indicate to our clients a price range of what we believe the property is worth from an investment point of view. We don't add emotional attachment to the property. It's up to the buyer's discretion whether they wish to add that emotional attachment to the property, but we normally recommend a price range, be it a range of $5,000 or $10,000, depending on the style of property. Anything less than that, that's great. We've done well. We believe we've got ourselves a bargain. But at the end of the day, we tell our clients we may have to pay within this range to secure the property.
So is that your goal, to actually get a bargain, or is it just your goal to secure the property?
I think it's always, it's always a plus if we get our client a bargain, or I'll probably use bargain loosely there. Pay a reasonable market rate or better than market rate for the property on the day. But obviously, securing the right type of property for our client is probably the main goal of the day.
Yeah.
So if we can get it for a good price, that makes it even better. We never like to pay too much for a property, but if someone absolutely falls in love with it, and they're willing to spend that extra money, then it's up to them.
Zoran, thanks for your time. I've been talking to Zoran Solano from Hot Property Specialist. They are the home of the Buyers Agent of the Year, Liz Wilcox. Zoran, thanks for your time.
Thank you very much, Kevin.
I mentioned at the start of the show today, I heard about some rents being paid in some of the mining towns as high as $1,800 a week. How much is too much? We'll talk about that next with Shannon Davis from Image Property Management.